Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. I'm just chilling out at the US Bank ATM. I did this back about a few weeks ago on a Monday, ironically. And yeah, I'm currently waiting for my brother, so I have to go pick him up tonight from work. And I offered to take him out for dinner tonight because I figured, well, I'm already wanting to go to CC's since I've got a coupon. And I figured that the guys probably are not going to be doing anything exciting tonight. Plus, I really don't like to go after work on Tuesdays. So why would I rather go on a Monday versus why would I rather go on a Tuesday? Or why would rather go on a Monday? Yeah, I did say that right. Yeah. Why would I rather go on a Monday versus a Tuesday? So Tuesdays usually I go in at 6 in the morning. I have lunch by 10, and yeah, I even though I don't usually eat all my lunch, I don't finish it, and so I normally end up going home afterwards. And I don't know what it is lately about my work days at Meyer, but I haven't been overly hungry. I think a lot of it has to do with I'm very used to my work and or my job, and when you're just doing cashier or just even self checkout for that matter, you don't really have a lot of appetite. Now the days I was doing self checkout and pushing carts, now I was eating at CC's quite a bit then because I was like, well, I'm building up an appetite, so now I want to. But now that I'm working on Tuesday mornings, but I'm just doing cashiering. I'm not really building up an appetite because literally, as a cashier at Meyer, you're basically doing almost nothing, which is crazy. It's a very mentally frustrating job, but it's not a physically frustrating job at all. And working at my church, on the other hand, is neither mentally nor physically frustrating. It's just a little tiring. I wouldn't even say it's physically exhausting. I just would say it's just a little tiring, and that's about it. But it definitely makes me work up an appetite for sure, and makes me want to do this. And at least I have someone to go with tonight, which is nice. My brother's not a huge fan of CC's, but he's like, "Oh, it's better than trying to find whatever inside the house and all that." But yeah. Anyway, so since I have about 10 more minutes left, until I have to go get them, I figured that I do a quick update on why I didn't really do any vlogs last week, other than last Monday when I was at the church and I did that whole COVID thing, which I should have done tonight, rightfully. But I knew I had to get that other stuff done. I was just so hungry. I was just like, I just want to get out of here. I want to go get something in my stomach before I go take my brother to CC's. Make something light, please. That's all I ask. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm at the church last Monday, and I did that, and then I went to Bible study. Right, actually, putting my resting my hand with my phone on the steering wheel is really working. Sorry, I got distracted. I went to my Bible study, and I did all that, and I went to work the very next day. I was excellent. I was so happy. I was just so appreciative of the whole fact that I was actually inside doing the whole cashiering thing, but deep down inside, I was thinking to myself, I don't really want to go outside the next day, thinking that the next day was going to suck really bad. And actually, I was surprised the very next day wasn't terrible. I mean, yeah, it was everything I expected it to be. It was just one of those days where I was literally just outside sweeping up leaves and blowing leaves. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt that it was windy, but I mean, excuse me, to my surprise, nobody really gave me any attitude. The store manager wasn't there, and it was like, huh, well, what do you know about that? I mean, even if the store manager was there, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, he just said, hey, could you take care of this? And he's, really polite and kind about how he asked me, and I would have been like, oh, yes, yes, sir, absolutely, I'll take care of it. And that's usually how I, word things towards him, and I just kind of go from there. And I would have regardless taken care of the project, and I would have done my absolute best. And what really blew my mind was the very next day, what the fact that I was asked to do this huge project and I didn't have to do it because someone else said I'll do it instead. I was like, what? Like, okay. And the other funny thing is, Wednesday I noticed that I was starting to not feel that great. Like, I was like, huh. Like, I felt like I had a cold coming on, and then that by Thursday it was very noticeable that I had it. And not to mention, I just kind of rushed out the door and I didn't have any breakfast at all that morning. I didn't even have a snack Thursday morning, as crazy as that is, because I was just really thirsty and I really was not that hungry because my sickness was getting the best of me. So around noon, my forehead started burning up, which is really weird. And I'm like, oh no, that's not good. And I knew a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was dehydrated and the fact that, I was pushing myself and I hadn't really given myself a break or anything. So finally, I was just like, you know what? I've got to ask if I can go home early, which was honestly the best idea I had ever had. And I almost got forced out of work for 2 weeks. And the reason why it did not happen is because I didn't have any symptoms of COVID. And that honestly is like the ultimate answer to why I'm still working right now. The reason why I'm still, for the most part, resuming my life as normal. Yes, I've decided to put off a few things due to the fact that I was sick and also the fact that I'm still kind of tight on money right now. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks to go take care of all that. I have decided to refrain from Bible study for at least 2 weeks just to give my Bible study group the peace of mind that, I am trying to keep them safe and I do care about their well being and their health and safety. And, I have respect for them. I have decided to avoid Bible study until early November, just before I turn 27. So that's my decision anyway. And I'm going to stick with it. And I know it's a really hard decision to make, but that was my decision. But yeah, the funny thing is, Thursday last week, I was so hungry that I was thinking to myself, so what do I want for lunch? I'm going to go home and I'm going to go eat it. At least I couldn't wait that long. It's not like I'm so hungry that I have to eat it right this second. And I don't eat at McDonald's as often as I used to. And McDonald's is still, ironically, my favorite fast food restaurant besides Chick-fil-A. I do like Wendy's a lot, but Wendy's is expensive. And the reason why McDonald's is like one of my favorites is because of how cheap it is. And I got coupons, so I could always save money. I know, super stupid to say that, but you know what it is, how it is. So I get to the drive-thru and I thought to myself, oh yeah, that's right, I haven't tried the J Balvin meal yet. So I ordered that, and it surprisingly came with a Coke, or any soft drink, I should say. And it didn't cost any additional price, so I was like, cool. So I got that. I took it home and I just inhaled the whole beast in like one sitting. I was like, oh man, I definitely was hungry. And then I turned around and I ate dinner that night. I don't remember being overly hungry though that night. Like, I think I had maybe a little bit of food that night, but I remember that night I was just like gone. Like, that whole afternoon I was literally blowing my nose. I think I went through an entire box of tissues within a day or two. That's how bad my nose was. Like, there was a few days that my throat was like killing me. Like, yeah, I have been drinking a lot more fluids than normal over the past several days, but I wouldn't say my throat has been bothering me like it was last week. Like, Thursday through like Saturday was when it was at its worst. But regardless, yeah, I mean, Saturday, even then, I was feeling well enough I could work, and I didn't have it really any changes other than my throat was driving me crazy, but not like it was Thursday night. How should I put it? So, anyways, guys, that's the reason why I really didn't do any YouTubing last week. I had every intention of doing so. I'm not even lying. I slept so much last Monday that I couldn't really sleep Monday night at all. So, come Tuesday morning, I got maybe 3-4 hours of sleep. So, I was exhausted when I went to sleep that night. And I think that's what a lot of it had to do with that. My poor sleeping habits got the best of me. So today, of course, I was on it. I went to sleep late last night, and I got exactly 8 hours of sleep. Maybe 7.5, but still, you get the point. And I got myself right up at 9. Like, I kept hitting the snooze button between 8:30 in the morning and 9, and I finally was like, okay, that's it, I'm getting up. And I had to take my brother to work this morning. Hopefully, didn't make him late or get him in trouble. I was just so determined to find the stupid key that I needed to get into the church today because of the fact that if I lost it, I knew I was going to get in a lot of trouble. So I was not happy with myself. In fact, I was very quiet this morning over it, and I had to let my brother know. I hope you know that I was only quiet this morning because I was mad at myself because I couldn't find that key. It had nothing to do with you. And I couldn't believe that I misplaced it. Can't believe I was that irresponsible. So I hope you don't take any offense to it and stuff like that. So that's what I want to tell him when I go pick him up. But the main reason why I'm vlogging, not just to inform you guys about why I was sick and or that I was sick and that it prevented me from being able to really do any vlogging last week, which is understandable, you know. But I also really wanted to tell you guys that I'm doing a major YouTube video. I'm hoping by tomorrow because I'm definitely tired enough that I can go to sleep early tonight. And tomorrow is perfect because my brother's more than likely going to my parents' house. And Zane normally is not home on Tuesday evenings. It'll just be Andrew and I normally. It normally works out that way. The only thing I really want to get done tomorrow besides that is I want to take my student orientation for Gateway Community College because I'm trying to get in for next year. So I'll make sure I get that done. But I also really want to get this YouTube video done. So I'll go into my brother's basement and I'm going to do a YouTube video called Why Did I Leave Central Florida? This not only will explain why I left Central Florida, but I'm also going to talk about how I became the theme park evangelist, why I still have that YouTube channel name, why I refuse to change the name despite living in another state and not really doing the whole theme park thing anymore, and also how moving away from Florida has affected me personally. So, you know, it's been a little over a year now. I mean, yeah, I said something completely different about a year ago or so, but you know, it's been a little over a year, so I definitely would say something very different currently now than I did a little over a year ago. So I'll just be watching for that. It will be pre-recorded like I normally do everything. I hardly ever do live vlogs, and the reason why, I don't have enough people that watches my YouTube videos on a regular basis for me to say, sure, I'll do a live vlog. I'm doing one in December this year, finally, for my 4-year anniversary of being the theme park evangelist. So, yes, I will do it then. I don't remember the exact start date that I started my first vlog, but I usually think about like mid-December. That's around the time that I started. So, just be on the lookout for it then. Anyway, that's pretty much my big vlog for this week. I can't really think of anything else I'm going to do other than my normal. I don't really have anything big planned this year. I mean, that whole Cleveland trip's still going to happen. I'll try to do what I can. I heard they are going to have a Van Halen exhibit, so that'll be pretty exciting to see. But yeah, guys, I've got about a little over, well, I got about 24 minutes, but a little over 24 minutes. 23 now to go get my brother. I mean, that's more than enough time, which is about what I was aiming for to go get him. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. I'll upload it when I get back to the house. So think about it this way. I start filming this just before 6. I'm ending it just after 6 o'clock in the evening. But knowing my luck, I won't get this uploaded till almost 10 o'clock at night. Maybe earlier. But that doesn't mean that I filmed it at that time. Every now and then, I do have those days where I do film something earlier in the day, and then it gets uploaded at night, and sometimes I have the ability to film and then upload it right away. Normally that's how it works. Depends on what's going on that day. You know how that is, but alright. Well, I will see you guys in the next vlog, and always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great night. Be safe out there, whatever weather's going on, like it's raining where I'm at right now. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.